Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. So as it's a new video, it's the start of a new week for us. If you're new here, my name is Gemma and me and my fiancé James run a reselling business selling vintage and luxury vintage items, and we like to sort of share our journey and everything that we've been trying out. So as it's beginning of a new week, I've actually just been about to pack up an item that we've just sold. So I'll show you in a little second. So we actually just listed it last night, so it's not even been up for 24 hours, which is really nice. So just had to run down to the post office to get a little postal bag for it, because as we're selling smaller items now, before we were selling clothing, so a bit bigger items, our packaging's a bit too big. So we've actually also just been looking at getting new packaging, which I think we mentioned in one of our last videos, just something a little bit nicer, a little bit more personalised and things like that. So yes, I'm just going to show you just now what we sold. So this is our item that we sold today. So it's a nice little kind of coin purse, Nina Ricci, and it's almost like a little coin purse with like python or like snake effect print. So it's obviously not real snake print, but it's got that kind of python skin look to it, and it's a nice colourway. So it's like navy dark blue with the brown, so quite classy looking. So there we go, it's just inside it there. So yeah, nice little leather little coin purse. So yeah, so just about to package that off and get that sent off just now. So one of the things that we're going to go ahead and do is take our business cards, and I'm going to write a little note with a little discount code that any past customers that they can use on our website. So I've added a little discount code to this business card, so I'm just going to go and pop it into the package. So that's one of the things that I mentioned in our last video when we were talking about things that we were going to try out to try either encourage new customers or encourage returning customers, and especially try and get customers over to our website rather than shopping on the likes of Vinted and things like that. So this is our first one that we're actually going to try and pop it in with the business card. But I've just realised our business card has actually got obviously the logo on the front, and then it's got all our information on the back, so there's not an awful lot of space to write a little note or to write our discount code. So I might maybe next time do it on a separate bit of paper. So just about to pop down and take that little package down just now, and then also going to pop across to one of the sort of local kind of bakeries across from us and grab some lunch. So scratch that thought, we've actually just sold something else just now, just while I've been standing yapping. So I think it's one of our vintage hoodies, so I'm just going to go and grab that just now, package that up, and then I'll take both of them down at the same time. So this is the item we just sold just there just now. So it's a vintage Realtree hoodie, sort of a camouflage print, green and brown. Really good condition. This one's actually, we had a few of these to sell, and this is actually the one that was in the best condition. So it's got a fleecy lining, and it's actually really nice and soft and cozy inside. So definitely perfect for autumn and winter. So it's a couple of days later since we last caught up. We've actually been quite busy the last couple of days doing a few things around the flat. I think we mentioned in our last vlog that we were clearing out our box room, where we store a lot of our stock, and are wanting to make it into an actual spare bedroom. So we've been clearing that out. Yesterday we spent painting it, so I'll kind of quickly show you what it looks like just now. So I need to finish off doing a bit of the woodwork, and we got our new couch delivered on Monday, and so now we're just about to head out with another item that we've managed to sell. So I'll just quickly show you what that is in a second. And then the rest of today we're actually going to be looking at finally hopefully getting some new packaging, because obviously now the items we're selling are smaller. The bags that we normally use are for like items of clothing, so they're a bit bigger. So they're a bit, you know, too big to send off small things in. So yeah, so we're going to hopefully try and finalise what packaging we're wanting to get. And then I think we also may be starting to look at starting up tilt sessions again. So we did think about going on and doing a session tonight, just kind of seeing how it goes, selling our new items. But I think that'll depend on how the rest of the day goes. So this is the item that we sold for getting sent off today. So it's a nice little coach kind of wallet, small purse. So it's got a few little compartments, nice little button on the front. Really like the colourway of this one, because I love the sort of white creamy with the brown print on it. It's just really pretty. So we're just going to get that packaged up and sent off just now. later on in the same day, so we've just not long dropped off that little wallet that I showed you earlier, the little coach wallet, to be delivered, and we've actually just been looking at getting new packaging. So I'll let James explain, we'll kind of show you what we're thinking of for packaging. So we've decided to go for boxes rather than like parcel bags, and we've managed to order some like personalised stickers as well.
Yeah, so we've got some boxes. Can't find them in particular, but we used this website called Kite, and basically we got ourselves some boxes, and we got bigger boxes for our handbags and stuff, and then we got like letter boxes for our like wallets and stuff.
So they're like those little kind of foldable ones, aren't they?
Yeah, basically.
And was it they're called tearing?
What do you mean?
Like you pull the little strip off
Yeah, you
to
pull the
seal
little
them.
strip off to seal them, which is just there. So this is actually where we got our business cards from, and managed to get some custom circular sticker labels to put on the boxes, which I think is going to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Instant
print, is that it?
Instant print, yeah. So we went for that sort of style. It's really cool. You can pick what sort of coating you want. You can pick what size you want, and then you've got like your prices down here, etc. You can add to basket, and then it will ask you if you want to design it. I designed my own with our own logo.
Yeah, their logo and stuff.
But yeah, you've got really good options. So it is worth it.
Yeah, so the company that we're getting the stickers from are actually the same company that we got our business cards from, weren't they?
That's right,
yeah. And when we ordered from them, they actually sent us like a sort of sample pack of like different other things that they could do, so like little booklets and stickers and different things. So we really like the quality of the business cards, really happy with those. So so really happy to be ordering the stickers from them as well. So hopefully, I think they said they were going to be coming next day.
Yeah.
For the stickers, but the boxes I think we're going to have to wait a few more days. So if for any reason if we do get obviously some more things we might need to send out, we'll just have to go across to the post office and get like a smaller parcel bag in the meantime, but it'll be worth it. So I just think it'll look a little bit nicer with the boxes and our stickers, and obviously we'll still pop in our business cards. We were originally thinking about getting black boxes, weren't we?
Yeah.
But then we kind of decided against that because our logo for the sticker is quite dark. So it's like a dark green and it's almost black actually. So we thought, right, to make it stand out, it'd be nicer to have it on a brown box and then our sticker and then obviously our card inside. So we're excited to get those. So while James has been working on getting the packaging and the stickers all sorted, I've actually been uploading some of our new products to Tilt. So it's been a little while since we've actually been on Tilt. I think if you've watched some of our earlier videos, you will have seen that's kind of how we sort of started off, or not started off, but that's one of the things we were trying out to, sell on our vintage clothing and things. So it's been a little while since we've been on Tilt, but we are wanting to start that back up again. So I've just been currently uploading all our items to Tilt, and I actually found out, I didn't know that you could do this, but obviously Tilt, if you've never heard of it before, it's like a live selling platform. So it's almost like auction style selling, and it's like a live, like a live stream. But didn't realise that you can actually upload your items for buy it now into your store. So if people don't want to wait until the auction, if they just want to go ahead and buy it with the price that you've listed it at, they can do that. So, and as far as I know, I did a little bit of research, you can upload it to be in the auction or in your live, live rooms and things like that, as well as give it as an option for buy it now. So you can upload it for both, both options. So I think once I've uploaded everything for the live streams, I think I'm going to go back and upload everything for buy it now as well, because might as well. And people do favourite things, like when you are uploading things, you can customers can favourite things so that they know when it's going to come up in a upcoming live stream. So definitely going to be having a little look at doing that. As I say, the more platforms that we can sell our items on, the better, really. So this is just a little look at our Tilt platform here. So on the right there is where I'm scrolling. This is all the items that we've uploaded already. So it's all the things that we've got on our Vinted, Depop store, online, our own online store, things like that. And then on the other side, this is where you actually upload your items. So you put in all the details and things like that. Only thing that's a little bit frustrating with Tilt is that you can only upload 9 or 10 pictures per item, and obviously when it's things like purses and bags and things, usually they have quite a lot of features, so more than 10 pictures would be better. And also wanting to just give you a little bit of an update of our box rooms. This is where I'm currently standing just now, so I'll let you see what the room looks like in a little second. So it's been emptied out of all our stock and other bits and pieces. We managed to get everything cleared out, put away somewhere else, or thrown out. So there's only going to be a couple of bits in here, and we've actually ordered a single bed as well. And so yeah, so we've just painted it white. Done one coat for the woodwork, so as you can see it looks a bit patchy still, so I'm just about to do a second coat just now, and then we should be getting our bed delivered either tomorrow or the next day, and then we can put it all together and it'll actually be a functioning spare room. So this is what it looks like now. So as you can see, we've just painted it white and went round the woodwork with a kind of light green. It's going to be like a sort of light green colour, so something a little bit different. Obviously we'll get rid of the rubbish bag, the paint, and as you can see here, this is actually where in the corner we were coming through to try and hook up the internet a way back when, so we will need to get that fixed at some point, but we'll just leave it just now. So yeah, so it's just white, and as I said, with this sort of darker coloured woodwork, so hopefully this will look really nice when it's all done, and we should just get a single bed in here in the one end. So yeah, so once it's all painted, got the last second coat on, I'll let you see it when it's all finished being painted, and then obviously when we get our bed delivered as well, hopefully we'll get that made up by the end of this week, and we'll let you see that so you can see the finished room as well. Hi again, so it's a couple of days later since we last cut up. So I think when we were chatting last, we were just ordering our new packaging and we're kind of finishing up painting our box room. So we've actually got our packaging delivered already, so I'll quickly kind of show you that. And we also have our stickers delivered as well. So I think we mentioned as well earlier that we were going to get stickers to stick on our new packaging, our new boxes. So we've had those delivered as well. So I'll quickly show you those, and I'll give you a little update on our box room as well, because that's it finished being painted. So we're still waiting on the bed though. That was meant to have been delivered end of the week, kind of like Thursday, Wednesday, yeah, like Wednesday or Thursday, and it's now Saturday and we still haven't gotten it. So hopefully we'll have it before the beginning of next week or into next week, and obviously when we do get it we will show you the finished room and everything. So yeah, and I also thought as well I could show my progress on me making I think I mentioned in a past vlog that I was going to be using like vintage fabrics and repurposed fabrics to be making things with my sewing machine. So I'm actually currently in the process of making, or I'm hoping to make, a patchwork puffer jacket. So I'll kind of show you what I've done so far with that as well. So this is our box room all painted. So as you can see, it's been painted white and it has the kind of like light green, it's kind of like a grey-green colour for the woodwork, which is something a little bit different, but it's turned out really nice. That's our boxes there, which I'll kind of show you in a little second. I'm just going to shut the door because our flat, it's an older property, and I just love the panelling on the door, like the sort of detail. But the annoying thing is that a lot of the doors in the flat, they've actually covered the panelling with like one big panel to make it look more modern, but we do think that underneath all our other doors it is these kind of 4 panels, and I think this is one of the only doors in the flat that actually has it, and I just think it looks really lovely, especially painted like a nice colour like that. So yeah, so really excited to have this room kind of done. As I said, love the door, and obviously that's actually a door into the living room. So it's a very strange room. It's got an internal room, it's not got any outside windows. So obviously you do get light from that glass door because that goes into the living room, and there's a big window there. Obviously this door is just like a normal door, and then up there we actually have a little like window that goes into the kitchen, so you can get light from there as well. So it's great for like a little office or box room, or even like a little spare room, which is what we're going to be using it as. So the plan is to get a single bed, and this will be going just like kind of on this wall here, which is below the kitchen, through the kitchen window. And we think, fingers crossed, it fits. We did measure it and everything, but it should like just fit really neatly in that space. and yeah, and it's got storage underneath it as well, so that'll be great, because we do actually have, as you can see here, these little storage boxes which have a lot of our vintage stock, like our purses and bags and everything in, and we actually have some bits still in the hall which is probably going to have to get stored away as well, but underneath the bed there should be plenty of room for storage. There should actually be storage left, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I'll just quickly show you the boxes. I'm going to try and make one up just to kind of see what they look like, and then I'll also show you our branded stickers as well. So this is the kind of boxes we've gotten. So they're all flat, as you can see, and they're the ones that once they're folded up, you actually take this little strip off, and then it obviously seals it. So I'm going to have a little go at putting this together just to kind of see how easy it is, and also just to kind of show you what it looks like when it's all put together. So I think this is how they have to look when they're all done. So I'll kind of I've not taken the sticky thing off. So you're basically just folding along all the edges, as you can see there. It kind of obviously has a little, like a double fold at either end for the depth, and I basically think it's meant to kind of tuck in either end, and then obviously get this bit over, and then once you take the strip off this bit, you can kind of see the strip there, the white strip, it then sticks down like that, and it kind of keeps everything in place. So the only thing I'm a little bit unsure about, which I might need to check maybe on their website, is the end pieces. Like there's nothing sticking them in, so I'm assuming it's just because you've stuck the top piece down that kind of keeps everything in place. So yeah, I'll have a little look at that just to make sure that that is how you actually do it, because I wouldn't want anything obviously falling out. So just for anybody who might be interested in getting their like packaging, the website we actually got these from are called Kite. So we did have a look at quite a few different brands and things, obviously looked on Amazon as well, and the ones that I think we were looking at, a lot of them were the ones that you kind of folded the top over, but I don't think they had the sticky strip, and a lot of them are quite expensive. Like we had a look at, I can't remember the website, but they did black, which we thought was quite cool originally, but then I'll show you our stickers in a little second and you'll see why we didn't go with the black, because we wanted our sticker to stand out. But yeah, they ended up being, I want to say for these we got, I can't remember how much we've actually bought, but we've bought quite a lot. As you can see here, there's quite a few, definitely of the big ones, it's quite thick. And I want to say maybe 50 of each. I need to double check, like with James. But we bought quite a lot, and I think for the small boxes and the big boxes, I think it worked out to about, I want to say 50 odd, £60. Whereas on Amazon, depending on which ones you were getting maybe like 20 for like more than £20, and sometimes it was like more than that. So, and then obviously it just depends on the actual type of box you were looking for as well. But yeah, these ones are really good, and you actually, if you've maybe got loads of things that you want to sell, you can get pallets of boxes. That's how much boxes they can sell you. So if you are a big company, you can use this company as well, just as well as if you're quite a small company. Like we could have ordered less. There wasn't like you didn't have to order quite a lot of boxes, if you know what I mean. It was quite good, so definitely recommend them, and they seem to be really good quality boxes, and I love the fact that they've got the strip as well, so we're not having to sellotape anything or anything like that. And then I'll just quickly show you our stickers. So these are our stickers that we ended up going for. So the size that we went for was 7 centimetres, so they're quite big. I think the other ones you could get were like 3 centimetres, which would obviously be just under half that actually. And then I think maybe a 5 centimetre. So we wanted it to be quite big, because obviously for the top of our box, we kind of want it to stand out. So I'm not going to obviously take one off and stick it on, but yeah, you can kind of see we wanted something quite bold and quite big. And so the brand that we got these from is Instant Print, I think it was. So that's who we got our business cards from as well, and we're really happy with the quality and things like that. So yeah, really happy with these. So these will go on our boxes. So one little tip that I'll kind of say for if you are sending things off for like a small business is we've actually been keeping, when we buy things from Amazon or anywhere online, we've actually been keeping things like bubble wrap, paper, tissue paper, all that kind of stuff that you get, because you don't realise actually how much you get, like package wise, because you just kind of try and throw it out. So we've actually been keeping a lot of it, even like the inside of like a parcel bag. Like we've got here like a little yeah, like one of these kind of things. It's kind of like a little bubble wrap bag, and really you can rip it apart, you can take it apart and obviously use the bubble wrap inside as packaging for your own parcels. Just obviously make sure that there's no addresses or anything on it. But yeah, so we've been keeping a lot of packaging and actually been reusing it for sending out things, because obviously just to make sure that things are nicely packed when we're sending them out. So I've now brought you through to the kitchen because I'm going to show you the progress of making the puffer jacket that I mentioned. I think in our last video I showed you the fabric that I managed to source on Vinted. So a lot of it was vintage fabric, and I was going for kind of autumnal browns, reds, kind of rich colours to make a nice kind of wintry, autumn winter jacket. So what I've done is, I said, I'm making a patchwork jacket, and so I've decided to go for patches once they're sewn to be, I think it was 5 inches I wanted to go for. So I've actually cut out 6-inch squares. I'll show you in a little second what I've done, and to allow for like seam allowance, because I don't want to make the squares too small. It's the pattern pieces, that's what the bits of paper are that I've cut out. And I've actually, another little tip that I kind of heard about is to cut out pattern pieces for clothes. This is my sleeve pattern piece, is to actually use wrapping paper. So on the back it's just wrapping paper, but it's a nice easy way to kind of get big rolls of paper so you can cut out pattern pieces. And what I've done is I've just cut out, as I said, 6-inch squares of these like different autumn coloured fabrics. So we've got a mixture of like brown and red cord, and then kind of different autumnal like floral patterns, like a nice orangey rose one, there's like a brown leafy one, and this nice floral one as well. So I kind of lay out my squares kind of like this. Obviously this is just like 2 rows just now, and what I did was I laid out the rest of the pieces, I think for the sleeves, because I was wanting to make it for both sleeves, and this pattern piece is cut on the fold, so it needs to be like double this size because I'm going to be cutting it on the fold. So I needed to make sure I had enough squares for the pattern piece. So once I'd kind of cut out quite a lot of squares, I kind of laid them out like this, and then just laid my pattern on top of it, and obviously added all the other ones to make sure that I had enough for all the different like pattern pieces that I've got here. And then what I need to do is basically sew all these together. So I'll probably show that in the next video, like my progress with doing that, but my plan is to kind of sew each row together and then sew all the different like columns or all the different rows together to make one big piece of fabric. So yeah, I'm quite excited to be making that. Hopefully going to start sewing that, actually sewing the patchwork pieces together tomorrow, that's my plan. And as I said, I've got all the pattern figured out. I did actually do a little mock-up of like a jacket, just using like a bed sheet just to kind of see the fit, to make sure that the fit of the sleeves and everything was right, the length was fine, things like that. And it is actually going to be a puffer jacket, so I need to get some of that stuff. And there's actually been quite a few tutorials that I've been watching that have, you know, the different instructions for it. It looks quite, touch wood, famous last words, it looks quite straightforward. And I actually found making the little mock-up quite easy. So fingers crossed it's going to be okay. The only thing I haven't quite decided yet is what kind of fastening I'm going to do. I don't really want buttons. I was actually thinking about doing poppers, like little studs, and you can actually buy little popper like not machines, like little tools online to actually do the poppers, like just punch it through the fabric. So that could be something that I could do. But I have seen quite a lot of these kind of jackets that don't actually have fastenings, so I'll see what I feel like. And then one of the fabrics that I bought, actually, I think I showed it again in the last video. It's a vintage fabric as well. It was kind of like an orangey one with like floral pattern on it. But this fabric is all like cotton, so it's not like slippy. It's quite quite sturdy. It's got a bit of stiffness to it, and then the cord is obviously quite sturdy as well. So all of this fabric, I would say, is kind of similar, whereas the vintage floral fabric that I got that was orange, it's very slippy. It's almost similar to, not a satin, but it's quite similar to that. So I think what I might do, I've not cut out any squares of that because I just feel like it won't work well with the cord or anything. It might make it sit funny, or it might slip around a lot. But I thought that'd be a really good lining fabric, so I think I'm going to use that as the lining for the jacket. and it's slippy, so it'll be easy when you're actually putting the jacket on for you to get it over your jumper and things like that. And it's a really nice pattern, so that is the plan. So in our last video as well, I'm sure I mentioned that we were getting a new couch delivered. So I thought I'll just update you on that as well and show you that. So I think the couch that we actually had, like a sort of navy blue one with like a chaise on it, yeah, we put that up on Facebook, and literally within, I think, an hour, I had about, I want to say 30 messages from people interested in it. And so that was last weekend, like last Sunday night, and I think by 9 o'clock it was gone. Like somebody had already come along, driven all the way through, collected it and was away. So it was quite nice because it was actually somebody who was wanting it for their kids' like playroom, and it's got a sofa bed as well, so it'll be perfect. So this is it here. So we kind of went for another chaise style couch. I was kind of coming so you could actually see it properly. And yeah, so it's a sort of brown, sort of not cord, I would say it's almost like a velvety, or like, not brushed fabric, but like it's almost like a very nice, it's like a very nice fabric. It's not velvety, it's not like our blue couch. It's a little bit, got a bit more texture to it, but really, really, really comfortable, a lot bigger. The chaise part's a bit bigger, it's wider as well, which is great. And I love the sort of detail along the bottom. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera because it is quite dark in here, but it's kind of like a pleated detail on that section that's underneath. So I absolutely love it, super comfy, and it's just, oh, even just, I know it's silly, but like, I can't stand couches where you sit, and when you sit on this part, I always like to kind of tuck my legs up, and if I can't tuck my legs up, if my knees are hanging off, I hate it, and that's what the last couch was like. So this one, I can definitely tuck my legs up, which is great. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this week's video here. So if you found this video interesting or useful, make sure and subscribe, and make sure and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye just now.